I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out Youth Impact Zone. And today is another powerful session where I have a very young man that is here to really talk about his entrepreneurial journey and also talk about the youth of Africa. The Step Out Youth Impact Zone is the program for young people. The program is designed to give young people a voice. The program is designed to create a platform for young people to share ideas. The program is designed to really cause young people to share their stories. We believe that the young people of Africa don't have a voice because the government, the leaders, and the system hasn't even created any platform for them to thrive. And this is where we have come in to bridge the gap. So the Step Out Youth Impact Zone is for the young people of Africa and those in diaspora and every young person that cares to learn. Because we believe that young people sharing their own stories is going to be a source of motivation for other young people. Now, before I go on to my guest, I would like to really talk about the sponsors of this program. T2i TV and the Step Out Youth Impact Zone is powered by Train to Inspire Consultancy. Train to Inspire Consultancy is your business training and consulting firm. For all your business training, business startup, development, and strategically positioning yourself in the marketplace through consulting, what you need is Train to Inspire Consultancy. Also, this program is sponsored by P&K Personnel. P&K Personnel is your #1 agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses based in the UK. This is for only UK residents. Then also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. Then ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. ZPay Ghana Limited, they have launched their mobile money USSD code, and that is *270 hash. They call it the freedom. The ideology is that they are bringing freedom to the Ghanaian people. Now, if you want to register, just dial *270 hash at the comfort of your home on your phone to register. You don't need to go to any office. They call it the self-onboarding. And this is a game changer in the mobile money space in Ghana. Also, this program is sponsored by Kudi Business Support, your web or graphic design, app development, or for your social media management. Now, if you want to advertise on this show, if you want to sponsor this show, if you want to support what we are doing, you are free to do so. Now, for all those sponsors and for you to really support us or advertise on this show, the numbers are scrolling on the screen. Just take any of the numbers of our sponsors or for Train to Inspire Consultancy, connect to us, and we can have a good conversation. I always say that if you tell our sponsors that you got the number from T2i TV, you are more likely to get a good deal. Now, let me go straight to business because time is already spent. Now, who do I have on the hot seat? I have been having a conversation with this man. He lives in the Gambia, but at the moment in Russia, pursuing a 2 master's degree. He is a youth activist and a filmmaker. And he's going to talk to us about his entrepreneurial journey and what the future holds for the African youth. Who is this young man I'm talking about? He is in the person of Mr. Bakary S. Sonko. Please welcome to the STEPOUT Youth Impact Zone, and you are live on T2i TV.
Thank you very much, Oscar. I am glad to be here today to share my journey with the African people and the whole world.
Yes, if you can speak a bit louder, I think that is going to be great for us. And how has your day been anyway?
Actually, not very hectic. I spent the whole day doing some assignment because, as you said, I'm studying at 2 universities. It's not easy, but we have to do what we have to do so that we can get what we want.
We have to do what we have to do so that we can get what we want. I think there is no excuses, there is no but, isn't it?
No, there is no excuses. There is nothing that can stop us from achieving what we really want. Failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option. Now, in your own words, who is Bakary S. Sonko?
Oh, Bakary S. Sonko is a young Gambian, African, and then a global citizen. It depends on which Bakary you meet. You could meet Bakary, the youth activist. You could meet Bakary, the politician. You could meet Bakary, the educationist. You could meet Bakary, the filmmaker. You could meet Bakary, the brother, the sister. Bakary, the change maker.
Wow, so you are a man of United Nations, yeah?
Yes, like I said, failure is not an option.
Wow, 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 wow. That is really powerful. Now tell me about yourself growing up. What was the experience like?
Oscar, thank you very much. I was born in one of the villages in Gambia. Actually, the village of Sika in Ghana. I know Sika means money in some of your languages. Yeah, my village is called Sika. Sika is about some 50 something kilometers from the capital city, Banjul. I was born there. I started my school there from the first grade to the 6th grade. Then I studied at the upper basic at the next village. It was until I started going to the senior secondary school that I left the village to the city to pursue my education. From there, I become the first member of my family to get to the college. Actually, I wanted to go to the university, but could not afford it. And then at that time, the Gambia government was providing free teacher training at the Gambia College. So I joined the Gambia College. That was around 2011, 2012. I become a trained teacher. I teach from 2012 to 2016. Uh, which was my first degree, the Gambia College. Then from there, I did certificate in mass communication at Stratford College, Gambia, 2018. So by the end of 2018, I decided to come to Russia to pursue a degree in international relations, foreign language, and diplomacy. Uh, During my time here, I also have an opportunity to apply for an online university in America called the University of the People, where presently I'm also pursuing a degree in business administration. I am a filmmaker. I've been making films in the Ghana since 2011. Uh, Looking, I know you will be surprised why I'm not studying films and other stuff. Uh,
Mhm.
well, it's because film is something that I love doing, and then I already get the talent, and then I want to learn something new. When it The reason why I study international relations and politics is because I want to know how these things are run, because I don't want to leave people. I don't want people to just lead me like that. I want to have a say. I want to, and in order for me to have a say, I should know what these things are about. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to study international relations, politics, and diplomacy. And the reason why I also decided to study business administration is because politics is run as a business, and if you don't understand business, you cannot run a country, you cannot run an institution.
From what you are saying, it looks like you have got a political ambition of becoming a president one day, isn't it?
Well, actually, if I could become the president, why not? But that is not actually what is very important right now. What is more important for me is to do my level best, work for my country, uh, be an inspiration to other youths, do as much as possible so that people that are out there could look at me as a model for Africa. Uh, well, being the president is an ambition, which I hope to fulfill one day.
Now you are doing too many things at a time. Filmmaker, doing two masters. There is a lot going on in your life. Some young people will tell you one thing at a time. What are you going to tell them?
Um, it depends. Some people cannot concentrate on stuff that on a thing that is more than one. Like for instance, they cannot just concentrate on one thing. I am somebody that I cannot just stay at one place or do just one thing, because I know my capability. If you know you can do something, why not wait until you finish this one to start this one? You can do both of them at the same time. It will save time. It will also save money.
Wow, that sounds very interesting. Now, why youth activists? What do you want to achieve with that?
Uh, I think it is high time that young people start talking about their own problem, because people are not going to talk about our own problem. So this is one of the reasons why I become a youth activist, to talk about our own problem with my experience. You can feel bad for me, but you cannot actually tell what are my problems if I didn't tell you. So the best way for the world, for our leaders to know about our problem is for ourselves to speak for ourselves.
Wow, so that is the reason why you want to be a youth activist.
Yes.
Actually, what have you done practically on the ground in terms of being a youth activist?
Actually, when you look at most of my films, all the films that I make, I've worked with young people. These are people between the ages of from, let's say, 13 to their early 20s and then early 30s. And all these films, actually, the films that we make, if you look at them, the topics that they talk about is about gender-based violence, FGM, and others. So I always make sure that when I'm making a movie, it talks on this gender-sensitive or youth-sensitive topics, so that in as well as we are educating people, entertaining people, we will be educating them.
So it means that you want to really change the norm, because when I look at most African movies, from Nollywood to Ghana, one Gollywood, it's more about witchcraft and things that probably are not in quote educative for the young people. So you want to change, you want to bring a paradigm shift to that, right?
You know, the thing is, movies and music actually does not always have to be what everybody is doing. You know, I think the biggest way for us to effect change is through movies and music. And then, if we are going to effect changes through this, we have to put in things that are affecting our lives today, not things that happens, or things that are fictional, that we think happens ages ago. It's not going to help. So we have to put today's problem, everyday's problem into our movies so that we can educate people. When they are watching, they can relate. They can see, they're like, okay, yes, this is something that I go through, or this is something that somebody that I know goes through.
And I think we are not doing that very well, isn't it? I think
No,
we are more on a fictional basis in terms of abstract movies, but not in reality.
well, this is very true. Unfortunately, this kind of movies don't sell much, and then most of the filmmakers are entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs are there to just to make the money. You know, actually, not entrepreneurs, businessmen, because entrepreneurs are there to solve the problem of the society. Point of correction.
So if they're not making that much, then how can you grow it?
Well, it has to take time. You know, it does not have to be a one-day thing. Probably it does not have to be my generation. It has to be the generation that is coming. All what we can do is to lay a path where other people will come and take it up from where we stop.
Wow, that really sounds interesting, and I think you are making some great points in there, and I really admiring your tenacity of purpose. Now, how did you get into filmmaking? And please, can you really raise your voice a little bit here?
Yes, actually, I have always loved movies. Back in the village, I think that is around the early 2000s. My dad was among the very first people in the village to own a television. We were always watching movies, so I am always like, wow, how did they do this? How do they do that? You know, going to school also, I started joining the drama clubs, and then when I was in the 12th grade, there was a movie audition. There was a Nigerian filmmaker that came to the game, and then there was a movie audition. I attended this movie audition, and then I was like, wow, okay, this is not that much difficult. I can do this myself, you
Mm.
know. So from then, I started writing on my own. It takes about 2 or 3 years before I actually started doing something about it.
Wow. So how did you start? How did you gather resources? How did
Uh,
you get some investment into it for you to
yeah,
start? Because if you want to talk about movie making, it can be a little bit of an expensive venture to start, isn't it?
yes. The first movie I actually made was I provide half of the capital, and then the other half was provided by a lady that I knew. We live opposite each other. I was a student at the government college, and at the same time, I was doing my teacher training. So the government was providing us with some stipend, and I used this stipend on this movie project. This lady, she's actually not Gambian. She was from Zimbabwe. you know we always meet, but most of the time, like, we just say hello, hi. So this day we met at a shop to buy some stuff, and then we were just talking, and she was like, I want to do a movie. I have a script in my head that I want to write. I was like, okay, I know it was thing about movie scripts. Can I see it if you don't mind? Then she said yes. Then she gave me the raw script. Then I went, screenplayed, and then I saw it to her like 2 days later. She's like, okay, what do you think? I says, well, I can provide the actors, and we can make this movie. And she's like, okay, I can provide this actual amount, but I know it won't be enough. I was like, okay, no problem. I also have this actual amount that I've been saving because I wanted to do something like this. So that's how it started.
Wow. So you are trying to advise young people that it doesn't matter the amount of money they receive, they have to save some for their projects, right?
Yes. Yes, it is very, very important. Actually, what I was receiving at the college as a stipend was very, very small, but I did not use any of it. I thank God that I have an uncle that always support me when I was going to school. So yes, the college stipend that I have, I always save it because I knew I want to make a movie. I knew I want to get into the film industry.
Now, let me really ask you this very important question. A lot of young people never start their vision because they see money as the biggest obstacle. What is your take on that?
Um, it is rather unfortunate, and then it is the sad truth right now. A lot of people do things for their money. As young people, what I would advise is that let's start somewhere. In fact, the experience matters. If you look at it, if you graduate from the university today, if you want a job, they will tell you, do you need at least, let's say, 3 years job experience, 2 years, 4 years. If during your time going to the university, you have been, let's say, volunteering with an organization or a company, you can use that as your work experience to get this job. But because volunteering and listening doesn't pay, a lot of young people tend to stay away from it. You know, but also institutions also should know that people that are volunteering for them are also using their own resources and other stuff. They should also try to provide a stipend that is at least good for them.
Do you think young people of Africa are neglected?
Uh, well, I do not think, I know for a fact that young people in Africa are actually neglected. And this is not just the fault of our leaders, it is also our fault.
Why is it the fault of young people?
You know, uh, if people are not giving you certain things, you have to take it yourself, you know. And then for young people to prosper, our leaders have to look back at us and then invest in us. And for us to also, young people, to take care of our countries, we have to be educated. you know we just don't have to sit down there and go with the wave with whatever is going on. You have to study what you're doing. You have to study, you have to learn and know what you want to do. If you don't know, we are going to be like our leaders today. Nothing will change. Tomorrow we will be like them and the young people will still be saying the same thing.
Yeah, but if the right platform is not created for them to really pursue whatever they want to pursue, do you think it's that easy?
It is not. Oscar, who create the right platforms?
Hmm. Isn't it our leaders that are supposed to do that?
Who put the leaders up there?
It's our people, the people that puts the leaders there. Yes.
So you see my point.
Wow. So you are trying to say that the young people have got a role to put the right leaders there, right?
Yes, we have to move away from politics of tribe, race, religion, or regionalism. It's not going to work. We have to look for competent people and put them there. Or if we think we are competent enough, we should go in for it ourselves.
Because the reason why I'm more into this is that when you look at Africa, Africa has got the youngest population across all the continents. They are the most populated and they are the most vibrant. Now, when you look at something like unemployment, it's so huge on the continent. It is not only in Ghana or in Gambia or in Nigeria, it's across board on the continent of Africa.
Oscar,
Now, what do you think we should be doing, whether leaders or the young people, to bridge the gap to really create that platform for all of us to succeed as a continent?
all right, Oscar, first of all, let me just make this thing very clear. The yardstick or the measure for unemployment in Africa could be very deceiving. You know, somebody who works on their farm and earn their own food and earn their own income, you cannot call those people unemployed.
Mhm.
And not everybody could be employed by the government or the formal sector.
Mm.
There are a lot of people that are doing their own site work, and then, like, let's say carpenters, mechanic, and others. And most of the time, these people are not counted when they are giving you the number of employment in Africa. So it could be very deceiving. For unemployment to come down, not Africans, everybody, we should all know that not everybody would be employed by the government or by the private sector.
Mm.
If we are not employed, what can we do? We should also try to create something that should generate employment. Um, we have almost all the African countries have vast land that could be cultivated. You know, we should go back to agriculture. We have the human resource. Uh, Probably the technical know-how might not be there, but we should start to industrialize our agriculture. And agriculture alone could employ a vast number of people in Africa. Agriculture does not mean you just have to go to the farm to work. There are other aspects to this, the processing and then the other part. There are a lot of ways that we could try and make sure that unemployment is a thing of the past. But unfortunately, this will not happen because instead of investing in agriculture or investing in our youths to build their capacity, our governments and our leaders are busy enriching themselves and self-perpetuating to stay on power. This is very bad. And we, the young people, are the one that could change this. And the only way we could change this is to participate
Mm.
in politics.
The only way to change this is to participate in politics. Now, I believe, do you think that young people can really rise above their potential to really, because I think there has to be some radical change on the continent, because it looks like every 4 years or every 5 years, we vote for the same people. And also, I believe education should be key. Now, if somebody comes to you and gives you $100 for you to vote for them, and 4 years, you struggle for 4 years, then I believe that education is key for young people to be educated, the reason for not accepting that money. As a young activist, what do you think you can do to really educate the young people for them to understand that we can rise above those kind of rhetoric?
Like you said, education is the key. If someone did not understand that taking that $100, he is going to suffer, or he might actually face consequences that are so dear that he might actually even lose his life. Like, for instance, let's say if someone give you $100 to vote for them, and this person, let's say, become a minister in your local government, all right? And then this person is also, let's say, responsible for road maintenance, and then he embezzled the fund. One day you are in a car, have an accident, you happen to die.
Mm.
You have contributed to your own demise.
Mm.
So the best way for young people to understand is to sensitize them. It is sad that we have this "I don't care" attitude with young people when it comes to politics. We don't like to talk about it. We don't want to be associated with it. All we know is when it's time to vote, we go and vote for people that we like, or people that are from the same track with us, or people that are from the same region with us. And we don't look for competency. We don't look at what are their plans. We don't look at what they are going to offer for us in the long run.
Wow. Now I've got some few comments here. I think Golden Babe Sonko says we are proudly aunties. Trust Mankind say 3D family is watching. Kappa says Prince is our prince. Then Trust Mankind says Royal Highness Sonko. Kappa also said North Bank La Mansaki. I think maybe he's speaking in your language. And Kadi says my granny dad. I think you are getting a lot of fans over there in terms of really educating us and really opening our minds to what needs to be done. I think we're going to wrap up very soon. Do you think there is a future for the young people of Africa?
Yes, Oscar, before I answer your question, I want to talk about one of the person that just comment, Trust Mankind. Trust Mankind is a Gambian based in UK. He is a lecturer in one of the prestigious universities in UK. Trust Mankind uh, is one of the chairmen of 3D GAM. 3D GAM is a humanitarian network that help people that also distribute human rights materials in the Gambia and around the world. I think Trust Mankind, I will link you two up. He's doing an amazing work to make sure that Gambians know their right and people all around the world know their right. 3D GAM is a group of people that you know are so selfless. They are working very hard to make Gambia a beacon of hope when it comes to human rights in the Gambia.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Just connect them, and that's what this platform is all about. Is the education hub of the continent of Africa and those in diaspora and anybody that cares to learn. So anything, we are good for it. We would just really like them to come and share knowledge because we want to be an education hub for our continent. Now, do you think there is any future for the young people of Africa?
Oscar, this question is very tricky. I could say yes, I could say no, but let me be optimistic here. I think there is a bright future for the African youth because what used to be at the back end of public offices that are not coming out are now coming out every day, thanks to the advent of technology. Young people are coming out speaking about what they think should happen, and then there are a lot of young people that are getting into politics. Especially, there was this trend from 2016 called not too young to run, something like that. And this movement is going around Africa. And then I believe, if not now, in the near future, young people will realize that we are our own solutions to our own problems, and then they will start coming out to actively taking part in politics. It does not matter. I encourage every young person in Africa to go to one political party in your country. It does not matter which political party. Register with them. Become an active participant in all what they do, so that you can have a voice, so that you can be part of the people that make decisions for your country. Because a lot of government in Africa, if you look at the composition of their government, they lack diversity in youth or women. And then all the only way this thing could change is if this demographic themselves are actively taking part. If we have to sit back and then they will only see us during elections, after elections they will forget about us. And I am also very happy that I have seen a lot of young African people that are showing their talent. A lot of us are out here grinding out so that we can have the best possible of education to come back to Africa to do our level best for our country and our continent.
Wow, 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 wow. That's really powerful. But there's always one thing that I say. I always say that Africa has analog minds in quote, leading digital minds. Meaning that the people that are leading us sometimes don't even know how to use the computer. How can they be really leading a digital age? And I think for us to bridge the gap, that is what you are saying, that young people should go into politics to also become active members and also share their views for us to bridge that gap. Because I believe there is a huge gap between the old and the young people, isn't it? Because we are being led by old people, but the young people that they are supposed to lead, they don't even understand what is at stake, especially when even it comes to technology that is driving everything on the continent.
Oscar, this is very true. Not just that. I think it is high time also that we, the young people, demand that all our education system and curriculum be changed to a education curriculum that suits Africa and Africa's need. It is sad that most of our education system in Africa is just to teach students to pass exam, and we don't teach much of skills, especially in my country. We don't teach much of skill-related subjects in primary, upper, or senior secondary school. You know, well, though in our country we have specialized institutions that deals with technical skills, but you only happen to get to these places when you cannot get to the universities or the college. You know, I think it is high time that we start changing our curriculums. If you look at it, we have been using the same curriculum for generations, and then most of the curriculums are not the reality of today.
Wow. Wow, that's really sound very interesting and very powerful. All right, then I think we will be coming to a close. Before we go, I just want to really mention our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Twin to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm. P&Q Personnel, your number one agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses based in the UK. ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. Kudu Business Support, your web or graphic design, app development, and for your social media management. If you want to contact any of these business, their numbers are scrolling on the taskbar. Take the number and contact them. If you tell them you got this number from T2i TV, you are more likely to get a good deal. Now, I've got some few comments here. Let me just really read them. All of them from Trust Mankind. He says he's a great personality, and he says we are very grateful, Royal Highness. Now, Mr. Bakary, what does the future hold for you, the Gambia, and the Africa? What do you want to see the next 10 years for yourself and on the continent?
I want to see Africa as the beacon of hope in the next 10 years. I want to see Africa as a continent that will no longer tolerate self-perpetuating rules. I want to see Africa as a continent that would invest in their youth. I want to see Africa as the hub of development for the world. I also want to see Africa as the biggest exporter of food and food products. I want to see Africa as the leading light when it comes to world geopolitics because we have the minerals, we have the people, we have everything to become world superpowers. I want to see my country as one of the leading countries when it comes to development, education, youth empowerment, women empowerment, democracy, human right. I, for myself, for the next 10 years, I want to see myself as somebody that would touch life of a lot of young people, someone that would dedicate his life and career to develop leaders around Gambia, Africa, and the whole world.
Wow. I think there is a huge future ahead of us. And speaking to young minds like you always give me the motivation that it can be done. And we want to tell other young people that are watching this that if Bakary can do it, you should also understand that you can do it. It is not rocket science. It's about what you believe in, learning from the best, actively learning yourself, and putting yourself in the right places. The person that connected me to Mr. Bakary is Mr. Mahmoud Sabali. And these are the kind of people you connect yourself to. You see, when people are becoming successful and you are with them, you also become successful. When they are getting up, they get up with you. One thing I tell about young people is that connect yourself to the right people. Who is
You know,
mentoring you? Who are you
uh, uh,
connected to? Yes?
I just want to share how I get to know Mohamed Sabali. Uh,
Okay.
around 2008, I was in the upper basic at the village and at our school library. I went to the school library. I found a book that was written by Mahmoud Sabal in the library. So I read this book. So after reading this book, I was like, okay, I could also become a writer. So since then, I have started writing. I use like nonsense. A lot of them are nonsense, actually. Looking at them today, I just laugh. But I did not know this was my beginning or my journey into writing stories, writing films, and other stuff. So this book, this was 2008. 2008. I was a young guy. I was in the eighth grade, going to the ninth grade. You know. Fast forward to 2010, 2011. My aunt sent me to the bank. I met Mahmoud Sabali at the door. I was like, okay, because I already knew him. He was very popular in the country because he was one time a minister, one time a presidential affairs minister, and then the secretary general of the civil service. So I met him. We were talking. I was like, I am a better writer than you. He looked at me. He laughed. He says, I like you. He says, what's your number? So I gave him my number. So we become friends. He's more like my mentor, you know. If I have to do something, I will send it to him. He will look at it, and it was like, okay, good, this is good. So 2018, I met him. I says, this book that you wrote, Jackie Jollof, is actually the beginning to writing. Would you give me the honor to write this book into a script and make it into a movie? He said yes. And then in 2018, we make the movie Jangi Jollof. Jangi Jollof become the first biopic and the only biopic movie made in the Gambia.
Wow, 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 wow. That really sounds interesting. How could we even have missed this if I haven't mentioned his name? I think that is really a powerful story. And I like the way you said it, that you are a good writer than him. that's really powerful.
For us to succeed, you have to have confidence. You don't have to be arrogant, but you have to believe in your own ability. If you don't, you are doomed to fail.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, it's been exciting having you, Mr. Bakary. And before I go, I've got some few comments here. Diamini says, Bakary Sonko, yes, we have what it takes. Trust Mankind say you have what it takes to deliver. Then Damani says, yes, please, you are teaching big young man. Loads of love, my Prince Bakary, your Zim auntie. Man, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yes, I want to say hi to Holanis. She's Zimbabwean. We studied together at the University of the People. She's an amazing woman. Actually, she's somebody that motivates me very much because looking at her age and still pursuing a degree in business administration is amazing. It just shows that nobody is too old to learn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Holanis is an amazing woman. We are in the same university, and she's living in Zimbabwe.
Wow. Wow. Wow, it's been wonderful having you, and I believe this is not going to be your first or last time. Maybe in a few months, in a few years, you'll be coming back to tell us about your progress and where you are to continue to encourage other young people. Now, your last word to your friends and family from Gambia, all young people that will be watching this and are watching this in the near future, whatever it is, what is your last word to them?
Um, I would say thank you everyone for watching. To the young people of Africa, the future is now. We do not have to wait to be given. It is time for us to take. If you look at all these great men of Africa that we talk about today, the Nkrumahs, the Jawaras, the Kenyattas, the Mandelas, and everyone, they did not wait until they are in their 40s or 50s to start acting. They started acting at a very early age when they were young people, when they were youth. They start taking the initiative themselves. That's why they are known today. If you see something that is not right, take the right channel to correct it.
Wow. Interesting. It's been wonderful having you, and I want to say thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Even proud to come in on this show. We've been having lots and lots of discussion behind the scenes, but you've always given me your time, and I really appreciate that. And for those that really watched us, we say God richly bless you. On Saturday, I am coming to really interview one of the most iconic young musicians in Ghana. And she is going to talk about her career. She's going to talk about family life. And she's going to talk about her talent. How is she managing all these? And for her to be at the helm of affairs. If you are watching us for the first time from the Gambia, we would like you to like our page on Facebook and also go to YouTube, T2i TV, and go and subscribe so that anytime you put a video there, you are going to get an alert to join us. We want to build a solid platform, not a platform for only Ghanaians, Gambians, or Nigerians, but a platform for all Africans and Africans in diaspora and everybody that cares to learn. We cannot do this by ourselves. We can only do this by your support. And we want you to share this video far and wide for other young people to watch it, because we believe that this is a great platform for all of us to learn together. So I want to thank everybody that really wasted their precious time to be with us. And next Thursday, we are not coming live because I've got appointment at that time. So next Thursday will be live, but coming Saturday, 7 p.m. GMT, you can afford. I have got Dinah Hamilton on the hot seat, a powerful woman from Ghana, to share her story. You can't afford to miss this. God bless all of you and see you soon.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say, I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.